All right. Good evening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the last race. We're here still on SpeedGaming 5 with even more Zelda 1 Randomizer 2024 Winter Tournament action. On the left, you see the screen of ChronoJJ. On the right, you see the screen of Mocco71. These two runners are going to be going at it in a matter of seconds. And I am bbq.gov, one half of our broadcast crew tonight. We've got Trenton behind the scenes and Magic is doing tracking tonight, and I am joined here in the booth by JXB Adam. Adam, how you doing tonight?
Hey BBQ, I'm doing great. I'm excited for this matchup in the Zelda 1 Randomizer Swiss tournament, or the Swiss weeks of the Winter Tournament.
This is going to be a lot of fun. These are two very evenly matched runners. We seem to get a lot of evenly matched draws in week 1 of the 5-week Swiss, which has made for a lot of really fun races. So hopefully this one will be just as fun. We're going to get started here in a matter of seconds. Any preferences on where we're going to start on the map?
I don't mind where we start, but the runners might. What if they get the bottom left corner in the dead woods?
Yeah, I mean there are some god awful start spots that we could have. They can range from any of the corners, or Death Mountain can be difficult. So it'll be very interesting to see where we start. I think we're gonna get ready here, going pretty darn soon. And here we go. And oh well, you called a corner. It is a corner. It's up in the northeast corner.
Yep, affectionately called Casino Corner, because in the vanilla game, Chrono, where he went, was a casino.
Absolutely. And if for folks who are not familiar with this flag set, in this flag set for this tournament, our runners will start on the screen that has the wood sword, with one exception, and it's this screen. Our sword is actually up at the letter cave where ChronoJJ is going right now, but due to how the how the game is coded, you technically can't have the start screen be that screen, so it picks the next one down, just why you start down. So it would be confusing if you didn't know, because you might think that your sword was bomb blocked, but it's actually up at the letter cave.
That's correct, BBQ. Also, that's another thing that the game will do. If that letter cave happened to contain a dungeon and you whistle to that dungeon, you will actually end up at the screen below, in much the same way that it can't be the start screen.
Exactly right. Yeah, it can't. It can take you there if it's the any roads, but that's about the only way it can do that. We just saw, by the way, at that near Armos, where Chrono's about to go, we saw on Mocco's side that we've already found her Armos item. It's the regular dose of potassium. It's the regular boomerang.
All hail Lord Banana. Early find of a boomerang is great for the runners, and they also appear to have started with the recorder, so eventually we'll get to name that tune.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can't wait for that. Yeah, so Chrono's going to get his boomerang right now. Early in the game, that's actually really, people say, oh, the boomerang, not a great item. Early in the game, it's actually really pretty good for stunning enemies. So that our runners you'll see both our runners make good use of it.
That is correct. And also our enemies are plus or minus HP. So if some of the enemies that could get stunned by the boomerang have rolled down, they may end up just dying to the boomerang, which is another benefit.
That is really nice when that happens. They roll plus or minus 2, and on Mocco's side,
did you see that large secret?
Okay, 35 for a medium secret's above average anyway, so that's nice. But 137 for a large, especially this early. If I'm Mocco, I'm looking for as many shops as I can find. I wanna buy stuff.
Yep, you can't take the money to the next siege. You may as well spend it here.
Absolutely. Okay, so our waterfall has mags, which we may see our runners get tonight. Meanwhile, Mocco on his side, putting that boomerang to good use, stunning those levers. He has a sword, but it's still nicer to stun. Oh, we have any roads on ChronoJJ's side. Well, one of them takes you to a screen you can't do anything on, so that's nice.
Well, it does one thing for him. It shows him that the raft now has only one spot that it could potentially be useful for. Meanwhile, Mocco has found a hint shop in the desert cave.
Oh, that hint shop. So another flag that if you've not seen the races using this flag set before, Normally, when you're doing this, when you're playing Zelda Randomizer, the book will usually be an atlas. It's not here, but it is necessary to understand the old man in the caves and in the dungeons. For now, they're going to all say the same thing. I like turtles. As Mocco gets his candle, despite having $200, but that seems to be the pro move. Take a candle first opportunity you get, even if it's in a take anyway.
Yep, Mocco has discovered a heart out on the coast, so if he gets a ladder, he can get a free heart.
Yeah, our runners have gotten a decent amount of information 4 minutes into the race. They know what the Armos item is, they know what's on the coast, they know that it's a big money seed. ChronoJJ knows that there's only one chance that a raft is going to be useful today. So, if you're both runners, I think you're feeling pretty good so far, even though you haven't seen a level yet.
Yep, and Mocco has just discovered the white sword item. It's another heart.
Okay, so if you have all 3 of those bits of... Well, I was just going to say, now you need to find levels, and ChronoJJ's done that. He's found level 5.
An interesting level to find first, and it looks like this first room is infested with bunnies. Chrono's going to give it a go with the sword beams.
Yeah, with beams. Yeah, and he's doing the cautious thing, I think, which is kill 1 or 2 and then save the room, and then go from there. Well, okay, we got 2 bits of information here. Those are second quest ropes. So we have second quest somewhere, and unless my eyes deceive me, this part of the map is looking in level 5 second quest-ish, although we'll know more here in another screen or 2. Okay, or maybe we won't, because we're going to find a stair item in level 5, and it's another heart.
Alright, Mocco has found level 5. Let's see if he decides to do the same thing, or if he sticks out this bunny room. Oh boy, Chrono has found the next fun enemy in dungeons. That's the Wizrobes.
Yeah, and with orange Wizrobes are great, in the sense that if you can kill them easy, they're reliable bomb droppers. But they're not great in the sense that if they rolled up, they're a giant pain to kill.
Well, they at least have a nice easy pattern to deal with as long as you're in a decent open room. The blue Wizrobes, however, will go anywhere they please, including deep into the doorways.
Yeah, they are quite annoying. They behave reasonably well in some rooms more than others. This reverse C room can be one of them. Like they'll get stuck, like that one on ChronoJJ's side is. They get stuck bouncing between the rows of blocks, but it's not always a sure thing. So, but you're right. Sometimes they turn on a dime and hit you exactly when you weren't prepared.
That is absolutely true. Looks like Chrono has also picked up the compass, showing the Triforce a couple rooms south of his current location.
Yeah, and this is okay, we're going to get our information. It's 2Q front half, so that's good news, bad news. Good news is you don't have to deal with back half second quest, which is the Spirals of Doom of 7 and 8. But there are a couple of first quest 1 through 6 levels that most folks don't enjoy, namely I'm thinking of level 4. But some people have opinions about a couple of others. Mocco's going to find his heart here, so we'll be all even up on items.
That's right, so we'll have to see if we have a 1Q back half or shapes. Now, it doesn't matter which one we get, we're going to have fun in level 9.
Yeah, that's a really good point. 9 in shapes has a tendency to be a beefy boy, and we know First Quest 9 is a big one itself, so people, the term for 9 is usually the Great Equalizer. Yeah, that could very much be the case today.
That's true, we'll have to wait and see. It looks like Mocco has decided to bail on level 5 after picking up his heart container, and he's back to doing overworld exploration.
Yeah, and that's a good call out because we started specifically with the there's level 7 on Mocco's side over by the lake there. But because we started with the recorder, if we're able to get Triforces out of dungeons, it'll make it that much easier to toot around the overworld and come back to it. So you may see our runners leave an item or two behind in a dungeon on the theory that, well, I can just flute back here and it won't be a big deal if I need to redig it.
That's correct. Also, if the dungeons are spread out a little bit and they get those Triforces, it can make for a much easier traversal of the overworld.
Definitely. Oh god, that first level 7 room looks awful. Given the entry point there under the 7 at the top of the map, that looks, Opno is right in chat, that looks first quest-ish, but we've been fooled before, including in my first round race, where we thought for all the dickens that we were in a 2Q8, given where we entered, and it turned out, no, it was a weird Shapes 8. So, we'll need a little more information before we assume first half, back half, or first quest, back half.
That's correct, but Wizrobes in level 7 are just not fun with the current level of hearts and the current offense.
Very true. Ooh, I'll tell you what is fun. ChronoJJ found a bomb shop at Vanilla level 1. Those are $7 bombs. That's great.
I don't know about anybody else, but $7 bombs are good by me.
I mean, even in real life, $7 bombs that's a good price. So in Hyrule, I think that's even better.
Well, with all the Wizrobes in the dungeons, I'm sure the runners will be happy to be able to get cheap bombs.
Definitely. No, that's a really good point because, yeah, especially that one room in 7 where we saw the blue Wizzies in that double moat room. Yeah, if you can hide in the door, that's a great place to set up shop. As Mocco's found second quest level 3 over at Vanilla Start.
And an immediate power bracelet on the floor in a Triforce room.
So that's an interesting find. In that between, well, I take that back. I was going to say there's only one overworld spot that we can't open up at this point, but there are actually 3 because we don't have the ladder. It's a mixed first quest overworld. If folks aren't familiar with the flag set, so that means the 2 spots up here along the river north of the screen ChronoJJ was just on. Those are going to open up like they do in second quest, or they may open up like they do in second quest. You have to check them. So those 2 spots and the 1 remaining raft spot are going to be the only things we can't open. Is Mocco? Oh, well, Mocco's finding all the levels near Vanilla Start. That's 8.
Yep, and even without the ladder, you can still drop a bomb on the river to see if it opens. So if you're in the area, you can check and determine if you need the ladder to come back to confirm the spot later.
Yeah, you absolutely can, and you may see some of our runners do exactly that if it gets a little later in the seed. Oh no, ChronoJJ got stabbed by the Dark Nut and has to go back to start. Meanwhile, Mocco's found one of our level 8 items.
It's yet another heart in the stairwell.
We found 3, 5, 7, and 8. And we may get the answer here. Are we first quest back half, or are we Shapes back half? Oh, Mocco's going to try to Kananaki this instead. That's interesting.
Well, with that boomerang, he should be able to catch that gel and then sneak through that door when the game thinks all the doors are open, and there he goes.
Very nicely done. Yeah, I bet. Well, oh, he is going to... I thought he would jump right back and try to grab that map, but he may be assuming this is first quest.
It has a first quest feel to it right now, and I am actually surprised he didn't go back through that door because the Kananaki, while it'll work to get you through the door, if you don't walk back through it, that key door will reappear.
Yeah, very true. So if he up an A's, he's going to have to do that again. That's right. That could be a problem if he ends up taking an untimely death. But he may just be banking on the fact that he's just looking for items at this point, and if he has to come back later to get the Triforce, he can do that. That may be what he's thinking, but he's also making quick work of these Gibdos, so maybe he's thinking he can just power his way through.
Yep, and when he checked his map, he saw a hidden room there, which will confirm first quest back half.
Ah, that's an eagle eye on your part. I did not see that, but yep, that'll 100% do it, because there are no such blank rooms on the start screen map in Shapes. So yeah, 1Q back half, which means we have first quest level 9 to look forward to.
Well, we also have first quest level 7 to look forward to. I know many runners really like that one.
Yeah. Like I can hear in your voice, like is in quotation marks because, yeah, well, especially because one of our runners saw level 7 already and saw the whiz robes and immediately noped out. Which, to be fair, I would do that too.
And Chrono found that take any cave, that same bonus cave, and took a candle.
See, this is interesting. I mean, both our runners are flush with cash. So I would completely understand if they wanted to take a heart, assuming they're gonna find a candle shop at some point. But they also have seen hearts in bunches of places. They saw heart as the coast item. They saw heart as the white sword item. So they may be thinking that, well, I kind of don't need to get an early heart now because I'll just, there's enough hearts available elsewhere that I'll be fine. Can we get that one a 4? No, we can't.
Nope. No 4 heart, free heart. Maybe it'll be 5 or 6. The other thing that I have noticed, BBQ, is that the runners all together, and just interrupted now, there is a ladder in level 8 in the floor, or on the stair.
That is very helpful to find early. I don't know whether Mocco will make it a priority to go back to the coast and get that heart, but that will remove a lot of possibilities of getting blocked out of a dungeon for him. That's a great find early.
Yep, he may make it a possibility or a priority just so he'll have that 6 heart guaranteed white sword item, which I believe he saw as being a heart.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember exactly where that was on the map, but I think that's right. That may be kind of down towards level 7, maybe?
I don't know. It's somewhere in Hyrule, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've got a lot of... But our 2 runners... We knew these 2 runners were good, and that they move fast. But between the 2 of them, we're seeing a lot of stuff happen on both sides. And we're only 15 minutes in, and we've got a lot of information already about what our runners are up against.
Yep, and Mocco putting the boomerang to use to stun that Gibdo and run right through and just pickpocket it right out of those bombs.
Yeah, that's one of the fun uses of the boomerang. Is you can use it to stun enemies that are holding something. Unfortunately, the boomerang's not going to help ChronoJJ in that god-awful room. He saw that and he's like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I'll come back. Never if I can avoid it, but he's going to have to come back at some point.
And until he gets the Triforce out of level 7, he is going to be forced to return there. Also, I think I know why the runners may have been taking those candles.
Oh, why's that?
So, if you'll notice, they've covered a great amount of the overworld and seen quite a few things. They have yet to come across a candle shop. It's possible the candle is in the rare shop.
Yeah, and then when that happens, that is a gross feeling. I can distinctly remember the minute you said that, I immediately flashed back in my head to some seeds I ran recently where the candle shop was the rare shop and it was way up on Western Death Mountain, and you either looked like a genius for taking a candle out of a take any cave, or you felt like a dingus because you didn't, because you were like, surely there'll be more than one candle shop, and there wasn't. So it's a calculated decision on both our runners' parts, and they both decided discretion was the better part of valor at this point, which is probably smart.
Yep, and I think ChronoJJ is going to go into level 6 down here on the coast.
Ooh, this bubblegum pink level 6. Okay, well, he's coming in. He's coming in over on the east side. So this is one of those first quest levels that that a lot of our runners don't like because it's so many rooms and it's only 2 items. And the bottom right part of the snake can be really linear and annoying. So
well, they're going to have extra fun because this is second quest level 6.
Well, that's right. It's second quest 6. So yeah, there are See, I'm looking at Mocco's screen when I say that, and he's in a first quest dungeon. So, yeah, no, thanks for that correction. But yeah, 6.
Oh, it's easy to do. Oh, Chrono gets sniped by a gorilla.
Yeah, so there are mixed opinions about 6. Some people, I kind of don't mind 2Q6. It's not that many rooms. It's usually somewhat linear in that there's a vertical shoot room in it that kind of forces you to take certain paths. There's not that many sets of stairs in it. But some people abjectly hate it.
Yep, it looks like Mocco's found the compass in level 8, so I think he's going to beeline to that Triforce now.
Yeah, and that's a good call, because you have ladder, you found both staircase items, You can, if you need to dig the floor item out of here later, it's not hard to get to. So, and we haven't seen levels 1, 2, or 4 yet. So there's a lot of overworld stuff left to do. Well, we're
That's
just getting all the
precisely
hearts
right.
tonight, aren't we?
Another stair heart. Where are the items hiding, BBQ? Where'd they put them?
I really don't know. They must be in the small levels. So according to my tracker, between the 3 stair hearts, the coast heart, and the heart that's the white sword item, we've already seen 5 of them. So items have to be somewhere, I hope.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to be on the ground in these dungeons, which means these runners are going to have to come back and possibly do some digging.
That's entirely possible. Yeah, I mean, if you're the runners, you're hoping that, oh, here's everyone's favorite dumb moat room in 2Q level 6. I hate that room so much.
Well, a good thing for Chrono, he's got a stair right above it, which should be a transport.
All right, speaking of stairs, Mocco, to my surprise, found vanilla level 2, and, well, hey, good news, it's not a heart. Bad news, we already have that.
Oops. Well, that's just how the randomizer randoms.
It does. I mean, and our runners are guaranteed, for folks who aren't familiar with this flag set, our runners are guaranteed to start with one of 3 overworld traversing items. They're guaranteed to start with either the flute, the raft, or the power bracelet. That's a 1 in 3 chance. Some of our runners in this tournament may feel like emotionally it's like 97% that they get one thing or another, but it is really 1 in 3. So this one we have a recorder start.
And I know at least one person out there who's super happy to see that recorder.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're thinking about. I'll tell you what, Mocco's really happy to find there. He just found the wand on the floor in level 2. That's our other item.
Oh boy, the wand is a great thing to find, especially with 2Q enemies, because you can see the red bubbles on Chrono's side.
Yeah, I mean, these runners are both excellent at combat, so they should be able to do a good job of dodging red bubbles most of the time. But yeah, having that wand as a backup has to feel great for Mocco. That's gonna allow him to hit the gas a little bit.
Well, that and, of course, the increased damage output of having that wand.
Definitely, yeah. Doing white sword damage, especially with some of the boss enemies. Oh yeah, it'll make a big difference. Okay, ChronoJJ found the compass in level 6. He just can't get it because he didn't have his ladder yet.
Uh-oh, it also looks like those keys have rolled up a little bit, and I don't know any runners who like beefy keys.
No, absolutely no one likes that. And it's mainly because it's not that they're annoying. There's our Triforce. Well, you don't need who needs a compass, right? It's not so much that it's extra hits to kill them, although that is annoying. It's that they don't knock back at all, because there's designed to be 0 HP enemies. There's no knockback built into their the way they function, like it is for a lot of overworld and dungeon enemies. So you hit them and nothing. They flash, but they don't go backwards. Nothing happens. So it's you don't get the benefit. You don't get the benefit of hitting them. And a lot of runners from a combat perspective hate that because it's like they're kind of quasi-invincible.
Oh, look, it's a full Chevy room ladder block that should push Chrono out of this dungeon soon.
Yeah, he has an important decision to make. You're right that at some point he's looking for that floor item, convinced it's something important, probably given how many hearts he's seen. But at some point you have to cut your losses because you can easily end up sinking a lot of time into a big level like this. So for him, it's going to be a question of how long do I sit in here, because that's time I'm not going to be spending finding the smaller dungeons.
Right, especially if he's moved around enough to where he has to start re-clearing rooms like this landmill room.
Yeah, these guys do not want to cooperate. But thankfully, if they're both on the island, then at least you can you're safe from getting hit. That's not terrible.
That is definitely a benefit to the moat.
There's the Triforce. Okay, ChronoJJ is going to get his Triforce out of 6. Mocco is seeing the whole thing, the whole enchilada here in 2, trying to find Okay, here's the compass room. So yeah, he had hoped that. Oh, it's right over there. Great.
Yeah, it's just on the other side of the impassable chute.
Yeah, that belongs on the list of things our runners are annoyed by. You get the compass and the Triforce is like in the next room. You're like, well, thanks. I could have used that 10 minutes ago.
And it looks like Spiky is making bad decisions tonight guarding the Triforce.
Yeah, he's not going to send. Wow. Well, that wand is doing immediate work for Mocco. He full cleared that too in short order. He's got 2 Triforces on the board. This is a good start. So he's going back in, and he wants those bombs. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, Mocco, you have both items. I'm not sure what unless you're looking for keys. I don't know what else you need to do. As Chrono's found level 3, he's gonna get his power bracelet here in about 3 seconds. Well, Mocco, no, you can't bomb that, unfortunately.
Well, you can bomb it, but it's not going to go away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So with Chrono being out of bombs, I mean, this is not a choice that he's making not to dig level 3 further. He's just out of keys, but he's got a full wallet. So if he knows where a key shop is nearby, he can grab a key and go finish this level.
Yeah, he can buy his way back into it. I don't know if he'll be able to finish it or not. We'll have to wait and see.
That's true, because the one wild card. Oh well, here's our candle shop. It's behind a power bracelet, and it's a good price, but hopefully that's not the rare shop because it is with the blue ring.
That's true. And of note, I believe Mocco could afford that blue ring because it looked like that blue ring had rolled down a tiny bit.
It did. It was at 246. He's just short, but lucky for him, he can take out this room here a lot quicker, and bunnies do like to drop money, so that's helpful. He may be thinking, I'll clear this, because I don't think he did the first time. Or maybe he did. And I'll probably luck into money that'll allow me to get blue ring if I want it.
Yep, and yeah. Chrono has also seen that blue ring shop, and he's heading up to the fairy fountain for a quick fill-up.
Okay. Oh, and shout out to our tracker this evening, Magic Friends, in chat making a good point that our runners may be reticent to buy the blue ring at this stage because there's a possibility that meat in level 3, there is a meat, Hungry Gorilla meat room in level 3. There's a possibility that actually blocks something and that they'll have to buy the meat.
That's absolutely true, BBQ. That meat block in 3 does tend to play a role, and we'll see if it actually comes in this seed.
Yeah, we've seen seeds so far with this flag set where it has made a difference. Obviously, our runners are hoping that they can just kind of work around it. That it's like that room right below where the power bracelet was, so that they can just kind of walk through it and not have to worry about trying to get out.
That's right. That's the way every runner likes to find the meat block, is from the top.
Absolutely, yeah. So the fact that here's our other item in 5 on the floor. Mocco's getting all the offensive upgrades. That's the white sword. Boy, Mocco is making quick work of some of these dungeons. He just needs the Triforce now out of level 5, I think.
I believe that's correct. Chrono has found level 2, so hopefully he'll be able to pull his wand out of here and start putting his pedal to the metal to pick up things.
Oh, definitely. He's going to be very happy with what he's able to get out of here. I think this is the transport, or this isn't the item. No, it is the item. It's our tutor. That's not the item he wants, but
it's the item. It's just the item he started with. Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what he decides to do from here. He's definitely going to try and find that other item. It's the floor item.
Yeah, and I didn't realize this, but unlike Mocco, Chrono does not have the ladder in this level 2, so that moat may be a problem.
Very true. Yeah, 2 can be fussy sometimes. In terms of that room's like that right there, that where it'll make you have to go the long way around to get somewhere. There's also a shoot room in the middle of level 2, which we saw on Mocco's side. Chrono doesn't want to use that last key, but he kind of feels like he doesn't have a choice.
And there's what Mocco wanted to see. One short of the Triforce, it's the compass that'll lead him to it.
Yeah, he'll be done with this 5 relatively quickly. And if you're Mocco at this point, I mean, if you're both our runners, you're feeling decent at least. But Mocco's got two offensive upgrades. He has the ladder. He's got 3 Triforces less than 30 minutes in. He has to be feeling reasonably good at this point.
I can't imagine that he's not. I don't even know if Chrono would be feeling necessarily bad at this point, but we'll have to wait and see if he pulls the wand out of here.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, he's not in bad shape, and Chrono is not far behind. I'm wondering if we're going to have all the necessary goodies in some of our smaller dungeons that no one's found yet. And neither of our runners has really been up to Death Mountain or to much of the western side of the map. So there's a lot we haven't seen. Now, then again, Mocco's got the power bracelet, or both our runners have the power bracelet, and we're only now starting to see push block spots.
That's true, but Mocco did take advantage of that push block spot below the ferry to pick up a blue ring to double his defense.
Yeah, he is stepping on the gas combat-wise. He sees the cheap. Good news, meat is cheap. Bad news, wood arrows have rolled up, and you're hoping you don't need those if you're Mocco. You're hoping that there's not some sort of weird Goma block where you're going to be regretting life for not buying the wood arrows. That usually doesn't happen, but it's possible.
That's true. Of course, before we can have a Goma block, but that would just mean the Goma's not blocking the bow.
Yeah, that's very true. Chrono's got his wand. He has to be happy about that. Now he's just looking for the Triforce. He's going to see the whoops, didn't mean to use that bomb, but he's going to see the compass right there. He doesn't know it, but if he goes down here and spends this key, he's going to find the Triforce.
That's right, and he's killing the Dig Dogger, so this should be the Triforce for Chrono.
Yeah, and interesting that Chrono got the same information Mocco did, but Mocco saw more of the dungeon, and yeah, Chrono's going to be out of here quicker than Mocco, which is interesting given the additional offensive upgrades that Mocco had. So, what we were talking about earlier about, Mocco may be ahead on the Triforce count, but Chrono is not particularly far behind at all, and this race can flip in an instant, and that's very true here.
Yeah, that's one thing, because neither runner has the bow, neither runner has the silvers, so we're still a little ways from go mode, and if we don't find those items, we can't beat the game.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be available somewhere. Oh, this is interesting. Chrono's going to make the same purchase. He's getting Blue Ring too.
That's right, and I think if we go back to level 2, the reason why Chrono was able to leave so quickly, he was actually blocked out of going a path because he didn't have the ladder. So, a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, if there's one thing that he might end up, there's the cheap bomb. Well, speaking of money, Mocco was going to buy some bombs, then realized he was flat broke. So, oops. But yeah, if there's one thing that our runners might need to buy at some point, it may be keys. Chrono's at 0, Mocco's at 1. Then again, we haven't seen 1 or 4. So 1 tends to eat keys, but our bigger levels tend to give away keys. So maybe our runners are banking that's gonna not be as big a problem as it could.
I think that's absolutely right, and Chrono's continuing his exploration around start. He saw level 8 and noped right out of it and has found a heart container. A Take-Any heart container.
Yes, yeah. So he's at 6 hearts. I don't know if he's picked up the... he's tried to pick up the white sword item heart container yet. But if he wanted it, it's freely available. Here's another heart container on Mocco's side.
Yep, it's actually the same Take-Any cave, and Chrono did attempt the white sword heart container at 4 hearts, and he knows now at 6 hearts he's guaranteed to pick it up.
Definitely. So our runners are kind of retracing each other's footsteps, although Mocco's going to go back and clean up 3 now because he has the 1 key and he can do it. Chrono's in 8 where Mocco already was. It'll be interesting to see if he does similar pathing to what Chrono does. and leave the floor item behind.
That's true. Of course, we could also find out that he might decide to clear one room that Mocco didn't and find an item that swings this race right around. There's that bait block on Mocco's side.
There it is. And then that room before that, speaking of items that might swing a race, that was the red ring on the floor in that rope room. So Mocco's got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yep, you buy the blue ring to get the red ring. That works awesome. I'm sure he wished he'd bought a key and got into level 3 earlier, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, all our experienced runners will tell you that, that happens a lot. You buy the wood arrows and then 3 screens later, you end up getting silvers. Or you buy the blue ring, then 5 minutes later, you get the red ring. It's still a trade you're happy to make. If you have to spend $250 to get the red ring, that's cool.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know a single runner who wouldn't buy the wood arrows to get the silvers or buy the blue ring to get the red ring if they had the cash.
Yeah, exactly. And the good news for our runners here is that this is a big money seed. We've only found the one large secret, but the fact that it's a bigger money seed helps a lot.
That's true. They just have to find those secrets.
Okay, so while Chrono's at 8, there's another take any, and now that Mocco's at 6 hearts, he's going to grab a potion because we haven't seen the letter shop yet.
Well, we've seen the potion shops, but we haven't seen the letter, I think, is what you meant, Barbecue.
Right, exactly. Exactly right. Death Armos, yep, there's the potion shop. It's just unavailable to us at the moment. But Mocco is going somewhere we haven't seen much of yet. He's clearing out the Lost Woods. And he's probably going to make his way up to the grave after that.
That's correct. Eastern Hyrule remains largely unexplored by these two runners.
Yeah, oh no, he's $1 short.
Western Hyrule, I'm backwards.
I knew what you meant. Yeah. Boy, that sucks. You're $1 short of being able to get some bombs. You just kill one thing and you'll be fine. Well, you can kill something here. Oh, or you can just get money like that. There's the ladder on Chrono's side.
I'll bet Chrono's relieved to see that. A couple swipes at it, though. Maybe it's just that keys on it.
Maybe. But yeah, that's one of those things you say to yourself, boy, I would have loved to have that 20 minutes ago. But as it is, he'll definitely take it. So we finally saw the small secret on Mocco's side. It was 16 or 18. I think it might have been 18. Or no, it was... Well, I don't know. It was 16 or 18. So every one of our 3 types of secrets is rolled up today.
We know the runners like to see that.
Oh, without a doubt. Okay, we're going to kill this. Yep, so Chrono's going to finish up in here. He doesn't know that he's right by the Triforce, but I think it's either in this room or the one below it.
Yep, and Mocco has found level 1 at the far southwest in the bomb spot.
That's great news. This only has 2 items, but they're both on the floor in second quest, and there's not a ton of rooms. How many rooms are there? Quick math. There are 14?
I don't know, BBQ. You're braver than me to do math on stream.
Yeah, I'm just looking at there. I pulled it up on this. Yeah, it's 14. Only 14 rooms. 2 of them drop an item. So you got red ring, white sword, and a wand. Mocco's gonna slug this one out. Yeah, even these blue landmos, he's just gonna stand in there and just bash on them until they go down, and poof.
Yep, he has that red ring, which enables what I like to call face tank mode.
Absolutely. Boy, that's a nice feeling, especially after all the hard work our runners had to do with Wood Sword and Green Tunic earlier. It just feels nice to see people stand in there and take these guys out.
Chrono has pulled the Triforce out of level 8 and gone back in, so he's looking for more items in here.
And jackpot for Mocco on his side. That room, that empty Triforce room, that was a bow just sitting on the floor.
Oh boy, of all the items in the game, finding the bow is one of the best things, because unless you've got a book and a hint shop that tells you where it's at, Level 9's not going to be any help.
Without a doubt. Yeah, Mocco's cleared the Dig Dogger out of here. Okay, yeah, and he figured out that this is a stair room. So the stairs in Second Quest 1 are just transports. So he's not even going to bother looking unless he has to. There's the Triforce.
Yep, he's pushing on just to find that second floor item.
Boy, if the full Kill Ganon starter kit is here, which is possible and which we've seen before, everything in one room, everything in one dungeon, boy, that would be a nice find.
Absolutely. The other thing he could be wanting to find would just be an any key with how key-starved this seed has seemed.
Yeah, that's a very good call. That would solve a huge problem. As Mocco's going to grab the Triforce, maybe there's a room in there that, yeah, he's going to go back in. There must have been a room near start that he wasn't able to get to.
I think that's absolutely right, BBQ. And there's the heart container on the floor, so he is done here, gonna walk it out to keep his health.
Okay, we're up to 6 heart containers we've already seen. They seem, yeah. So we've seen every level now, but 4 and 9, and 4 is everyone's favorite Second Quest 4. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Yes, and everybody loves the big D. But of course, level 8, one thing that hasn't been noticed by us was those Gomas. There are a couple of Gomas in some drop rooms in level 8. They could be hiding something important.
Yes, and it is entirely possible. And it can't block the bow, but we've seen this before too, that it is entirely possible that the Goma can block silvers, and that you need to go buy arrows in order to get your silver arrows. We've seen that. I think we saw that in maybe might have been one of the weeklies, or maybe it was a tournament race earlier in the week. But that is definitely possible. Chrono pulls off a nice Kananaki there.
Ooh, and right into one of the worst types of blue lagoons, a blue lagoon full of Wizzies.
Ew. Yeah. He did what I would have done, which is be like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm only doing it if the game makes me.
Well, isn't that what everybody likes to do with those 8 blue Wizzy rooms?
You bet. I'm not doing that unless, unless I have to. Okay, Mocco's at the grave. We have not seen the grave on either runner's side yet, so it will be interesting to see if this is where level 4 is hiding. Push block here. Here's some money. There's our second big secret. That has to be a big sigh of relief for Mocco. 130 something. That'll make his wallet feel a lot better.
Yep, and back into level 4 Mocco goes. I do wonder if he might have marked an arrow shop and consider going to get some right now while he's got the cash.
I mean, I would be sorely tempted, particularly if it's nearby. Okay, there's a key drop for that's also good news. Mocco's going to be very. I expect he's going to be very patient here in terms of trying to find routing, because one of the reasons people don't like Second Quest 4 is there's a mugger you hope you can get around. Well, he's going to go ahead and pay him. But one of the things
this seed has all the money. May as well pay off the muggers.
Yeah, and interestingly, he paid off that mugger and then was able to go through a walkthrough wall right behind it, which is a surprise. And he's going to be rewarded with the any key. Wow.
I think that was a good trade. Some rupees for the any key.
That's really helpful for Mocco, because ChronoJJ has been key star for most of the seed. And that both of our runners have, but boy, Mocco's solving all his problems one by one. This is really good news for him.
That's true, and Chrono is down in the southwest corner. He's about to find level 1 if he keeps going.
Yeah, he'll be very glad he did. There's good stuff in there. Okay, that flute spot's nothing. Mocco's going to get these bombs, and he's going to try to avoid getting hit. Nicely done. Okay. Yeah, boy, the offensive upgrades for both our runners just make it so much easier. This enemy set, 4 can be a particular bugaboo, especially if you are dealing with big rolled up enemies. But bats and Zols and this isn't bad so far. So as a result, Mako's making pretty quick work of it.
That's absolutely true. And of course, the seed can't be mean in every dungeon, or can it?
Well, you say that, but it sure can feel like it's trying sometimes. So it's not been terrible so far, but certainly level 9 can have some curveballs. Here's another stair on Mako's side. Is this our other item? No, it's our transport.
Yep, Mocco did see the Triforce. He walked by it to continue trying to find the other items in here.
Yep, and unlike in First Quest 4, which has 2 items, one in the stair and one on the floor, Second Quest 4 has 3 items. That third item that's in levels, normally in First Quest or Shapes 1, moves over to level 4. So he's looking for both one stair item now and one floor drop. So a total of 3 items.
Looks like Chrono has found those blue landmos and going at them with the wand from a distance.
Yeah, it's a smart strategy, and it pays off for him. He's able to take that out with no problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, as you said earlier, Mocco can face tank this and blast through. It gets a key he doesn't need, but he's still happy to be done with that room quickly. And oh, this room to have a Dodongo in, this maze room, is just one of the worst. He's going to do the backup strat of feeding them the double bombs. This pushes, I believe this has to be our second stair item.
You're right. And it's the magical boomerang.
Okay, so that's good information for Mocco. So according to my notes, what's outstanding? Book, raft, red candle, heart containers, and silvers. So our runners would take if you don't find silvers, there's a couple items you'd take. Certainly book would get you hints that would maybe shed some light. They'd be good both for finding, as Chrono's going to grab his Triforce out of 1. Be good for trying to find items in other dungeons, but then you'd be able to get to understand all the hints in level 9 about are the silvers here? Where's the girl? Where's the pig? And all that.
Absolutely. I don't think in this flag set any runner will ignore the book. They don't mind the wand fire for the literacy that it brings.
Yeah, that literacy is definitely great. No floor drop there from Mocco. He's back in this Dodongo room. He's going to loop back around.
Yeah, we've got Mocco spending quite a bit of time here in level 4, but at this point I don't think he wants to leave any items behind. He's seen quite a few of them already.
Yep, yeah, you're absolutely right. Now that room, if I'm Mocco, is giving me some heartburn because I haven't seen the floor drop item yet, and it's entirely that room can drop in 4. So I'm a little nervous if I'm him there because I may have to go buy arrows, but. Yeah, I think given what else he's got, he's seen both items out of 1, 2, and 3. He's got both items out of 5. And he's got 2 of the 3 items out of 8. So if he doesn't dig this, he's basically left with digging 7 for items. And really all he needs is silvers at this point.
That's correct. And the silvers could be here. They could be in 7. They might be back in 1. I think we missed 1 item out of 1. Or...
yeah, so the second item in 1 was a heart container. Mocco saw
apologies.
it. Yeah, he saw it very late. But he just grabbed and ducked. Mocco's going to grab the Triforce out of here, and he's going to go back because there's one item. There's a floor item left, and he wants it.
Well, he either wants it or he's going to confirm it's under one of those Gomas.
Yeah, and an interesting purchase on ChronoJJ's side. He had about $100, and he chose to buy the meat instead of arrows. Even though he got the bow out of one, he must be banking that he's going to find silver somewhere.
Could be that, or just it's a big money seed. He might run right back and get arrows now.
Yeah, well, yeah. He also knew, he's smarter than me, he knew, as Mocco sees a bomb upgrade and passes, he knew that there were two big secrets still out there, and they were $130 a piece. He's like, let's go find one of those. Bam, hits it.
And I think Mocco had fully cleared level 4 except for the Goma rooms.
So now he has, and he's going to flute. Is he fluting back to 4? Yes, he is. That's a really good call, because, and now let's see if ChronoJJ does the same thing that Mocco did. He is, and he's doing the same thing. Walk through that wall, he's going to get immediately rewarded.
Yeah, if you're going to pay those muggers, you may as well, if there is a room above them, check to see if you can get to it.
Yeah, and it's kind of taunting, I think, that the room in which you get the any key has 2 key doors in it. Seems a little mean to do, but, you know, the game's got jokes sometimes.
In my experience, the game has jokes every time.
Yeah, it thinks it's funny, and sometimes it is. Okay, that Goma room was not the drop, but I don't think that. I think there may be another Goma room in here. We'll see.
Yeah, there's one more Goma room if I remember correctly.
Okay, chat's telling us it's to the south. Okay, is it? No, it's not this room, but it might be down here.
Yeah, Mocco's making a beeline to it. He has it marked on his tracker.
Oh, good. Okay. So, is this our floor drop room? And if so, what present do we get for feasting on some Maryland blue crab? Oh,
we get a red candle.
Not what you want. I mean, you'll take it, but I think he was hoping for something a little better.
He wanted something pointy and silver, but even so, getting that red candle gives him information.
Okay, and that's an interesting move by Mocco. Some of our runners have started to do that when they have what they've used a sufficient number of hearts and they have a potion. Rather than, you know, just because you find to take any one you want cave doesn't mean you have to take something immediately. Mocco's going to leave that there in case he needs to come back at some point and get a potion.
Yep, exactly correct, BBQ. And he's doing that partially because he hasn't found the letter.
Yeah, and we've seen, between our two runners, I think we've seen the location of every level but 9. I suspect that's what Mocco's looking for at this point, is where is 9? Because I think he's seen all the other levels. But yeah, he may come back here.
So now the interesting thing, and I wonder what chat would think, is level 9 hiding on that raft spot.
Oh, that would be so dirty if it was the one raft spot you can't get to, and that's where 9 is. Oh, that's so mean. Oh, well, there's our letter. Okay, well, it was on Eastern DM, so that's handy.
Yep, and just because he didn't take the heart doesn't mean he couldn't take the heart the next time he swings by that spot.
Yeah, absolutely right. Especially if 9's on Death Mountain, that's very convenient for him. ChronoJJ's back in 3, and he has the ability to get through the keys. He's going to get his red ring right here in about 10 seconds once he kills these guys.
Yep, there's the pretty jewelry for Chrono.
Yep, and there's our third large secret on Mocco's side, up on Eastern DM. That spot doesn't bomb today, so just one more check over here. And nope, not our level 9. Is it anything useful? That's just a gambling game.
Casino's not required today.
Now, if you're flush with cash, yeah, no, you probably don't need to gamble. Now, in real life, that doesn't stop people from gambling, but here it probably will. There's our Triforce.
And there's the Triforce all the way at the bottom of level 3.
Yep, and ChronoJJ's not going to mess around. He's going to grab it. Mocco is back in 3. He's got everything out of here. I'm not sure what he's looking for.
Maybe he forgot he got the power bracelet, or he hasn't been all the way down and got the Triforce.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, he got to this room right here, and he didn't have keys because this room had the map in it. So yeah, you're right. He'll find the Triforce here in about 5 seconds. As ChronoJJ, now that he's got red ring and 9 hearts, I think he feels like he can take these guys out.
Yep, he's also got quite a few bombs he can use. And Chrono did a really good thing there. He bombed the Wizzies right close to the wall so he could open the wall as well with the bomb.
Yeah, that's smart strategy on his part. Unfortunately, his room doesn't have anything, but at least he's through it.
Well, he also knows next time he won't have to clear it. He can just walk right on by.
Yep, and well, there's the harder of the 2 items to find in this level. That's the floor item. It's another heart, which is not bad. There's our Triforce immediately, and yeah, Chrono's like, 4 rooms are good. I'm done, thanks.
Right, and with that heart pickup, Chrono can now consider trying to get Mags. He hasn't found that white sword out of level 5, so Mags would be a significant upgrade for him.
That's very true. Do you remember where have we seen Matt? I know we've seen it. I just don't have it marked. Oh no, it's at the waterfall. I see it on my tracker now.
There you go.
Reading is hard sometimes, folks. It's Thursday night. No one wants to read. Okay, Chrono, meanwhile, is going to go back to 5. He hasn't finished 5 yet. Okay, but he knows where the
Triforce. He also knows there's another item in here, so he might end up finding that white sword in here.
That's true. Yeah, he got the heart container out of the stair here, but he did not get the floor item. So yeah, he'll be very happy. Well, he'll be reasonably happy that he gets this. It's not the silvers he's hoping for. He's hoping for go mode, but a white sword at this stage is not a bad consolation prize.
Now, at this point, having the Triforces that he has, he might, if he finds the white sword in here, consider just running right to level 9, thinking the silver arrows might be hiding in there.
Yeah, and depending on how many items he's seen, he left the stair item in 7. But mathematically, that might be the right gamble for him. To just say, I'm gonna try to jet this and say if silvers are not in 9. The one thing that neither of our runners have yet is he's gonna grab the Triforce out of here. Our runners don't have the book yet, so the book would enable you to know if you encounter that particular room in 9 well, here's 9 on Mocco's side. That's good information. But there's a man in level 9 who will tell you if the silvers to kill the beast lie elsewhere or if they're in the dungeon. Boy, if you could get that hint fairly early on in 9, that'd be good to know.
That's exactly right, BBQ. And even if you don't get that hint, you can still spend some time in level 9 that isn't wasted if you can locate the big piggy and the kidnapped.
Yeah. So you're at, yep, absolutely. So I mean, you can make good progress in 9, and it can still be time well spent, even if silvers end up not being there. So ChronoJJ, interesting that ChronoJJ's already here. He's got all 8 Triforces, but he's gonna dig this white sword item out.
Yeah, I think he's seen enough rooms in level 5 where this is actually a very good play for him.
Yeah, and our chat is talking strategy here about, do you go right to 9, or given that you've seen a bunch of 6 already and it's a smaller version of 6, do you do that versus digging a giant 9? I mean, there's arguments to be made either way, so it'll be interesting to see what our runners do.
Yep, and really, that's that's really what these races come down to, is just the small decisions. Do you dig 5? Do you dig 6? Do you gamble on 9?
Yeah, and sometimes it's a math play, and sometimes a runner will make a play that kind of goes against the percentages. But given the context of the race, it can make a lot of sense. So really interesting. Our runners are really close, bunched up closely together, and neither of them's found silvers yet. So Mocco is in 6 looking for that other item. We'll see if he's able to find it, and if so, what it is. There's his heart. So he's seen that. Oh, so he had not seen the stair heart yet. Chrono had seen it on his side.
That's correct. And by the fact that Mocco did not walk down and grab that heart, we know that Mags is just not on his radar at all.
Yeah, and given how he likes to play, that makes sense. He's confident enough in his combat that he can handle combat 9 and the Ganon fight on White Sword. I know firsthand because I last year in the tournament he was my round 1 matchup and we went 3 races, and I know his combat is really good. So doesn't surprise me at all that he would do that.
Right, and Chrono has found his White Sword. He is out of level 5 and now probably on the hunt to find level 9, as he has not found level 9 yet.
Yeah, very true. And there's a lot. He has not seen much of Death Mountain, so he's going to push this. I don't think we've seen this spot. Okay, that's just a shop. But there's a lot of overworld that he hasn't seen yet. Given where 9 is, it might take him a little bit to get. Is he going to do a 10 heart mags check? Oh, do the 10 heart mags check. Do it. Oh, no, he's not going to do it.
Nope, he's not going to spend 8 seconds to probably get denied.
Oh, it's so worth it though when it pays off. That's my new thing. Is I want to check 10 heart mags if I can, because the times that I know it's one of those. Yeah, it's a stupid math play. Costs you 8 seconds, but 1 in 5 times when it hits, oh, it feels so good. Okay, our river has nothing. All right, well, we confirmed that.
Yeah, I think the last thing that we really have is, we know where level 9 is up here on Death Mountain. We've seen our White Sword item. There really isn't anything else to find on the overworld.
Yeah. Once Mocco... Well, there's our answer for level 6. It's the raft, so we're narrowing down where our silvers are.
That's true. Raft on the floor in 6. That's going to take one more thing and give Mocco one more piece of nudge right to level 9.
Yeah, and it is something that may be in the back of ChronoJJ's mind, that he hasn't seen that one raft spot, and there's always that thought in the back of your head that, oh no, is that where 9? Is that where we put 9 today? Am I going to have to go on a wild goose chase?
That's true, but I have a feeling he's going to dig the whole rest of the overworld before he goes hunting for a raft.
Oh yeah, I would too. Chrono's got a bit of a problem in that he's out of bombs. He's going to check as much of DM as he can, given what he has. Bogey's Arrow has nothing today. So, and this is good routing on Mocco's part. 7 was right by 6. It was 3 screens away, so he's able to dip right back in here. He'll have to wrestle with this Wizrobe room, but if he takes the same path as ChronoJJ, he's going to find that he can have his Triforce in about 4 rooms.
Yeah, he doesn't have to even clear the Wizrobe room as we saw. He can just walk right by it. It wasn't a shutter door.
Yeah, and to your point earlier, he saw that heart container was even closer than the stair heart. It was literally an inch from him. And he's like, yeah, nope, don't have time. But he's going to grab his Triforce out of 7, and he's off to 9, and now we have a big question to answer.
Where in Hyrule are those silver arrows hiding?
Yep, it's so from our knowledge, sitting here in the booth between the two runners' sets of knowledge, it's for us. Not for the runners, but for us, it's 50-50. The only items we haven't seen other than the 2 items in 9 are the stair item in 7 and the floor item in 8. So, but I don't think Mocco has our full level of knowledge. There may be a check or 2 that he hasn't done yet. So for him, this may be a little under 50% play, as he's seen both items out of 6. Oh, is he farming for bombs? What is he doing? Yeah, he's out of bombs.
Yeah, Chrono's trying to find bombs. Mocco is beelining level 9.
So I'm looking at the wrong screen. Yeah, no, Chrono was out of bombs, and yep, okay, he's gonna do this one more time, and then he's gonna get back to searching. Okay, so Adam, you noted earlier a few minutes ago that we've got 3 things to do in level 9. Oh no, Chrono missed the bus. Oh no.
I think he meant to miss the bus, and that's absolutely right. There are 3 things we need to do in level 9. The first thing we need to do is locate Ganon the Big Piggy. He's going to let his presence be known by yelling very loudly. You will hear him if he is in any room adjacent to where you are, either north, south, east, or west. The second thing we are looking for is a shutter door that does not open after you've cleared all the enemies in the room, or stays shut. Well, or pops open immediately even with enemies if Ganon is down. That is going to be the location of our kidnapped. The last thing and most important thing we are looking for is going to be the pointy silver arrows, because without those, we cannot slay the big pig and we cannot get that shutter door to pop open.
Yep, very good. Yep, very good summary of all 3 of those things, and that's why that third thing in particular is why you're seeing Mocco clear this screen, try to push on that block and see if it gets him into a stair. And a lot of times, our runners, if they are in go mode and they know they just have to find the pig and the girl, they'll skip stairs a lot of times. I'm in the minority on that. I don't a lot of times, but here you're going to see Mocco checking, like this maze room, checking every room he can for a stair, because that might be where our silvers are hiding.
That's exactly right, BBQ. He's going to check all those stairs, and more than likely he will take those stairs, because each transport stair that you find will eliminate 2 stairs that you're looking at.
Yep, absolutely, and that's why I'm in the minority in level 9, even though when you don't have to necessarily take stairs. I like to take stairs because it eliminates rooms that you have to clear. Like this room, if this is a stair, which in this case it is, but if you had gotten in it from the other way, you wouldn't have had to kill those likes. You would have just known that, okay, I can just skip that one. Now, the downside is sometimes it can take you to a part of the, it's a mystery. Sometimes it takes you to a part of the map you don't want to go to.
That's correct. But when you pop out and all of a sudden you've got a room like this one full of likes. Now, he knows that this room isn't going to be a stair because of that shutter door.
Right, but it would not surprise me at all if he went back and cleared it. Now he's going to push on this and see if this is a stair. But he could also go up from here and see, yeah, it's a transport, and I bet he's going to go up from here. If there's a door to the left, no, there's not here. So he may feel like he has to clear that like room to see if that shutter door opens when all the likes are dead. Because if it's not, we found our girl.
That's right, and that is, of course, one of the pieces of the puzzle. But I think right now, Mocco's just laser focused on finding those silvers.
Yeah, they could be here. Now, unfortunately for him, he just used his last 2 bombs. Well, here's one. Okay, well, that's one of our 2 items. That's not useless. That's the book, but it's not what he's looking for.
That's right, BBQ, but that book is very, very important, because now if he does happen upon that old man that has the hint for where the silvers are, he'll be able to understand and know if he's doing the right thing digging level 9 or if he has to go search elsewhere.
Boy, that would be really great information for him to have right now. So we may see him change tactics a little bit and just start blitzing rooms to see if he can find any hint, let alone that particular hint. Because there are, I think, a total of 4. There's the hint that says whether the silvers are there or not. There's the hint as to where the girl is. There's a hint to where the pig is. And there's also a hint as to who guards the compass.
That is true, BBQ. And I know my favorite person to guard the compass is the kidnapped.
Yep, I've had that happen a couple of times, and when it happens, it's one of those dark gallows humor hilarious things where you're just like, oh, good, thanks, game, that's great. But you can laugh about it later, but in the moment, you're just like, that's the least useful thing I could have heard today.
Yes, I agree that the runners don't want to see that, but I'm sure chat does. Since we're all exploring level 9 now, this is a good time to remind chat, follow these runners. They are putting on a great show for us tonight, and they would really like your support. Also, follow our tracker magic friends. Without magic friends, this restream doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
Follow our restreamer too. He's out here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Trenton's out here. It's Trenton, I believe it's Trenton or Trenton GL. I can never remember, but follow Trenton too. Follow everybody. Everybody follow everybody tonight while we're at it.
Yeah, follow my co-com BBQ. He plays this game. He can show somebody the ropes. He can show anybody the ropes.
I play it. I don't know how well I play it, but I like it. It's fun. Yeah. So, and Adam, I don't know if you're on Twitch or not, but even if you're not, follow Adam anyway.
Yes, you can follow me on Twitch and find out I never stream.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's a push block room I don't think we've seen. Boy, this is way up in the northwest. Mocco's gonna take this out and hope this pushes. Oh, oh no, he's trying to do a bomb force, but I think his count's off a little bit. He's gonna check this stair instead. Another transport.
Yeah, I think that Vire split might have messed up his count a little bit.
Yeah, that can absolutely happen. I am terrible at maintaining a 10 count. A lot of our runners who also speed run either Zelda 1 vanilla or speed run other games are really good about knowing exactly where their count is at all times. Yeah, I'm one of those that if I'm gonna do that, I have to take a bop and then just 1, 2, 3, and just manually count it myself. Otherwise, I'm useless.
Nah, it's quite all right. I find that I have to count out loud, and even then, I still mess up. 1, 2, 4, 8. Oh no, I'm lost.
Yeah, it is real easy, and something that is innocuous is just, oh, I didn't think I got hit there, but I did, can screw you up. Oh, well, speaking of things we're looking for, ChronoJJ has found Ganon. He's in kind of the southwest quadrant, trying to find another bomb path out of his room, and can't, but thankfully he can escape here.
Yes, that's one of the really nasty things that this randomizer could do. And what that is you could have to bomb through Ganon's room to find your silver arrows.
That is so dirty when it happens. We were hoping for kind of you have to go get the raft. Oh no, Mocco got sniped by the Lionel. Oh, back to start he goes.
Well, this might put him in a different direction that ends up being a boon for him. We'll see.
Entirely possible. You're right. He's going to head to the right here.
Well, Chrono has found the girl.
Wow. Chrono has closed the gap in this 9 really quickly. He's found Ganon. He's found Zelda. He just needs to find silvers. Mocco's advantage is that he's seen one of the 2 items in here. It's the wrong one, but he's seen it.
Well, having that book, he's going to know that the old man doesn't just like turtles.
True. Boy, it would be nice to find the old man right now. Right now, mathematically, there's 1 in 3 chance that it's here. The odds may be a little different for Mocco, but boy, it'll be really interesting if we can find that. Chat's telling us Mocco heard Ganon earlier, but don't know if we know if he knows the path there yet, which makes sense because Chrono had to bomb into his room from the left, and it didn't look like there was an actual shutter door.
No, there are no doors into Ganon's room. He's hidden behind a magic bomb wall.
He's locked himself in a room. That's kind of emo, but okay. Didn't know we had emo Ganon tonight. Well, speaking of Ganon's room, that's where Chrono is. He's trying to find a bomb way around. He could have cleared that room because I think the only thing that can drop... Well, I guess he doesn't need the compass because he knows where the girl is.
That's correct, BBQ. Once you have the location of the girl, the compass is just the game taunting you. But that rupee in the corner shows this will be a stair. Oh, it's a heart!
Oh, no!
Silvers are not here. Chat, where are silvers hiding? Are they still in 8? Are they under one of those gomas? We can't wait to find out.
Oh, wow. And did Chrono see the book? I don't think he did.
Chrono did not see the book, but now he might be to a different mathematical choice.
Yeah, that's right, because he has the girl, he has the pig. It's 1 in whatever it is that he has. So, yeah. This is a math play on his part, and it makes a ton of sense. And he's going to 6.
Yep, I'm sure that he's checking his maps to see which place he has the least amount of work to do to find what he's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we know that this is not the answer. We know that this is a raft on the floor, kind of in the southwestern part of the map. So he'll find it relatively quickly. But, yeah, from our knowledge here watching, the 2 places it can be are the stair in 7 or the floor in 8. So, Beast awaits in southwest of Skull. Mocco kind of sort of knew that, but he's looking for a different old man right now. Oh, and yeah, Opno in chat making a really good point. Boy, if it's the stair item in 7, there are so many rooms our runners in there have not seen. I think they saw 4 rooms apiece. Oh, man. Talk about a needle in a haystack. Okay, so on Mocco's side, this is not the room that has. I believe it was a room that with Tektites in it, kind of middle-ish of the map. So once he finds that, or if he finds that old man that says that the silvers lie elsewhere, he'll be piecing out of here in short order.
That's true, BBQ, and we're gonna find that he has a lot less places to search. So right now, Chrono's got to find that raft quick and get to the next thing on his list.
Does. I think he's close to it. I think it may be to the left. He's going to the right. Yeah, I don't think it's here. I think it's 2 screens to the left from here, but I did not map this level 6 while we were talking. So this is the room for Mocco where he's going to get the bad news.
Well,
right. Bad
news for him. Good news for chat. There's more Z1R right here.
Okay, so now, here's the question. Where does Mocco go from here? Chrono has to do 6, but Mocco already has this information. Does he go to 7? Does he go to 8? Let's find out.
All right, what we're going to find, it looks like he's choosing 8. I think he might have rooms in here marked with gomas. He knows he's looking for a floor item.
I like this. This makes a lot of don't go on the wild goose chase if you don't have to. If you can clear 3 rooms and get the answer, do this first. I like this a lot. Plus 7's not far from here. It's only 4 screens over to the east.
Or 1 whistle left, I think.
Yeah, that is faster, isn't it? I am guilty when I run this of, I mean, like, oh, I can just walk over there, and then I remember, oh, that's right, I have flute. I could just flute over there. There's the raft for ChronoJJ. He's out.
The other thing Chrono doesn't know is I don't think he's seen much in level 4. I know he didn't see, he may have seen the gomas. I don't think he has the arrows yet.
Oh, and that's true. And I don't think he saw the red candle in 4 either that Mocco did. So you're right, that is a possibility. Now, where is Chrono going? He fluted to 1. Is there an overworld spot he didn't check? Oh, he may not check this.
Or he may have an arrow shop marked somewhere and he fluted to the wrong place. We're going to find out shortly.
Okay, so he's at 8 now. And he is... Oh, he has the raft.
He's going to check the raft spot? Interesting.
Oh, well, maybe he talked himself out of it. Okay. This makes a little more sense. What is he doing?
Maybe he forgot the white sword. I think he's looking for arrows.
There they are. Okay, now he can flute back to 8.
Well, if 8 is the answer, this might be a very, very close finish.
Well, it's not that room. Mocco's killed a couple of gomas here, and from that look at his map, he's seen pretty much every room. There may be 1 room he hasn't seen yet.
Yep, and I'm sure he's going to be beelining it right to that room to see if he can get it cleared and find the silvers, or know that he has got 1 more place to go.
Yeah, and our runners are high-fiving. We're just high-fived in that room. Yeah, Mocco's making it over here. This race snugged up in a hurry. Oh no, don't let it be this room. That is so dirty if it's this room. Mako's got to be careful. He's down to half a heart.
Yeah, if you got a potion, this is the time to use it. Exactly. Good job, Mocco.
Ooh, deep breath, everybody. He's going to slug it out with these guys.
It's a heart. I think we're headed back to level 7.
It's the Wild Goose Chase! Oh, that's gross. I mean, the answer was going to be gross either way. Now, ChronoJJ is going to do the same thing. He's going to clear this room, he's going to go see that other Goma, and then he's going to have to bite the bullet and deal with that Wizrobe room and then get the bad news. So Mako's got a slight lead, but he doesn't have a direct path to the pig, and I don't think he's seen Zelda's room yet.
Yeah, he's heard Ganon. I don't know if he saw Zelda's room.
Boy, so this is still anybody's race. My gosh. So how far in, how bad is this location of the Silvers and 7?
We're going to find out. It turns out level 7 is being the great equalizer tonight.
Boy, it really is. And that's such a bait and switch, too. Okay, ChronoJJ is going to kill this room, so I don't think he did it either. It's just a 5-er. But to have the Triforce so easily obtained, but then have the necessary item you need buried, probably somewhere deep.
Yeah. Realizes it's going to be that 8 Wizrobe room, and he's going to get the bad news that that room only contains a heart container.
Boy, this is nerve-wracking because it's just tick, tick, tick. It's just how quickly can Chrono get the bad news, and then how quickly can Mocco find a stair item. He's killing this Dodongo specifically to get bombs. Is he gonna try to bomb south? Oh, he's got this lined up, and that doesn't bomb. So, but he's got 7 bombs. All right, Chrono's in the garbage room here with the Wizrobes.
Chrono is locked in mortal combat with these Wizrobes.
And this is
in the meantime.
This is the benefit of him having the having 12 hearts to Mocco's 7, is that he can face tank a little more. He's going to grab that heart and get out.
I wonder if there's anything close to that waterfall. He's up to quite a few hearts. I think he could sneak right in for a mags. I don't know if he would at this late stage.
Yeah, I mean, given kind of that both our runners now are like, oh god, where are silvers? If I'm running this, I am panicking, worried that my opponent already found silvers, and found them on their first dip. A
second late block that has blocked nothing. That's good news for Mocco.
Yeah, that's. I mean, 7's big enough that you can probably find a workaround with a bait block, but yeah. Oh no, is it here with another Wizzy room?
Chrono picking up a few bombs for the road. Always a good idea when you have a dungeon to dig.
If it's in this room, this has to feel terrible if you're Mocco, because you're like on one heart and you're just like, get over here, I just want to check the stair. No, it's not it! Oh no, and you called this, Adam. Chrono has not seen the floor item in 4, and he's gonna go there before he goes and dig 7. I get it. It makes all the sense in the world, but that's not where our answer is. Oh, and Magic Friends, our tracker, is saying that Chrono has not seen 2 items in level 4. He also hasn't seen one of the stair items, and that shot of his map shows that. Yeah, he's looking for 2 items in 4, and yeah, if I'm him, I would prefer that too. Is this our item? Yes, it is. Mocco's got silvers. Wow, that full clear of 4 for Mocco, paying huge dividends here at the end of this race. That directed him right, well, not right to 7, but it forced his hand to go dig 1Q7 that no one wants to do, and tonight's answer was right there. And good call by you, Adam. Mako's stocking up on bombs. He's not taking any chances. He hasn't found the full path to the girl. Well, that's some information that we didn't have. That bomb upgrade that's the minimum. That's kind of sad. And Mako's going to grab a potion here too. He could buy one because he has the letter. But this is why you save those take any's for just that occasion. And Mako's just 2 screens away from re-entering level 9, and then the question will be how quickly can he get to Ganon's room?
Okay, am I any better now, chat?
Yes, we can hear you now. Were you having audio difficulties there for a little bit?
Yeah, I have a headset that decided, hey, it's an exciting race. Let's go ahead and cut right out. It looks like Mocco has found the silvers.
He has. So yeah, and I've had trouble with multiple headsets agreeing with Discord. So completely sympathize. But yeah, no, he's found the silvers. They were in 7. They were in a diamond staircase that he had to take a while to get to. But he's got them. Now he just has to find the path to Ganon and locate the girl.
In the meantime, it looks like Chrono's chosen to dig level 4, which we know is not the answer, but from his perspective, there's several outstanding items here.
Yeah, absolutely right. And logically, this shot makes all the sense in the world, because who wants to dig 7? Mocco certainly didn't, but it was his last choice. And here we are. He is in the southwest. That's not far from where the pig is. I think the pig is a little bit down and a little bit to the right, so it's just a matter of finding the path there. There's the bad news for Chrono.
Yeah, that's one of 2 items he had outstanding in level 4. Let's see if he's going to get the other one.
I can't remember where the floor item was in 4. I don't think it's in this room. It's, hey, oh, here, we can actually take care of Ganon now. This is great.
And it looks like Mocco's performing a good stun lock.
Got him. Very nicely done. Stun lock right away. Chrono just got the bad news about the location of the floor item. It was in that Goma room, and that's the red candle, and he knows he's pretty much got to go to 7 at this point. Okay, now Mako's going to take this stair. The question is, where is it going to spit him out? Oh, it spits him out in the northeast. He's right by the girl.
Yep, the girl's right there, right above him.
Wow, what a fortunate turn of events for Mocco. Get your GGs, and she's in her own room. Get your GGs, everybody in chat, for our race winner tonight, Mocco71, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 32 seconds.
And we can see here that Chrono's making the decision to go back into 9 for that second item. Quite unfortunate, but it just shows no runner wants to dig level 7.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but yeah, unfortunately for him, that's where the answer is tonight, and he'll find that book in 9, and yeah, that'll be it. But boy, Adam, this is our first race working together. Are they all going to be like this, where they're just nuts and come down to having to leave 9 to get the necessary items?
I'm not sure. I think that depends on who rows the seeds.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point, because I'm just now remembering who rolled this seed. It me. So if Chrono wants to be mad at somebody, he can be mad at me. We're working on getting our race winner this evening, Mocco, up into the room. Discord's being Discord, so he was in the setup room here a minute ago, but we should be able to get him in here in a minute.
In the meantime, we're going to see Chrono continue, because in these Swiss rounds, the finish times are used for seeding, so he's going to want to finish this seed as fast as he can.
Yeah, and the good news is, he's seen a good chunk of 9, so he should get the bad news about the book here momentarily. As we are joined here in the booth by our race winner this evening, Mocco. Mocco, GG's, that was something.
It surely was something. Thank you, BBQ.
Okay, so you get the bad news in 9 that it's book and heart container, and your heart has to sink, and you're just like, oh no. Yeah, walk us through kind of what happened from there on.
Well, I could go back to about 105-ish.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's when I figured I've lost this race. Like, you know how it goes. You guys have raced a lot in chat. Like, you just start getting that feeling, that this is going to be it. And yeah, I went into 9 at like 101. I got the book at 106. And yeah, I guess the heart was at 115. It was in between finding the book and the heart that I just felt the race slipping away from me, and was very, very surprised that I was able to pull that out after going to 8. Floor item at 8, I knew there were Wizrobes. 7, I was only in like 3 rooms, maybe 4.
Yep.
Knowing there's a meat block in there, there was a lot more real estate in 7 left over versus 8. So, we tried 8 first, we guessed wrong. And then got lucky and I don't want to say lucky. I pulled up the tracker. It was kind of a blur. I got to admit, I've been a little nervous.
I don't blame you.
I just kind of felt like I had already lost, for like 10 minutes there, 15 minutes. But 7 was, typical 7. Just a ton of rooms, blocks, low on bombs, bit it all. I had one last bomb on those, the dongos.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm like, they better not troll me or, this is bad. So,
yeah,
but it was, excuse me, like the seed was going great until, like, okay, I'm gambling on 9. When that Triforce was 3 rooms into 7, I'm like, I have to go,
oh, sure, yeah. When you found the
how
first
many people bet on 7? How many runners?
That's what I always use for my kind of like, what is a bad seed? It's, silver's on the floor in 7, and second worst is silver's in the basement in 7. So, or 4. I went back to 4. I was digging the snot out of that. I had to keep going at it. I cleared every single room in 4, so I can go to bed with that accomplishment tonight.
Yeah. Well, as it turned out, you don't know this, but as it turned out, the fact that you full dug 4 ended up helping you in the end, because you and ChronoJJ were in 9 roughly around the same time, and he found his first item and bailed right around the time that you found the second item in 9. But he hadn't seen all of 4 yet. He had only seen 1 of the 3 items out of 4. So rather than dig 7, he went to 4 first, while you were in 8 and then in 7. So that kind of enabled you to get that gap, get some distance between the two of you.
Yeah, it makes sense now, right? But an early 4, I call it early. It was like 45 minutes in or so. It just felt like that was a big time suck when I look at my tracker. Everything was nicely tight together, other than the shenanigans of 3, which I don't want to think about again, but knowing that was 1 room from the red ring the first time in there, but key blocked, and then got key blocked again. A triple dig of a tiny second quest 3 never feels good, but yeah, sometimes it's just when you decide to dig, when you don't. I can't tell. They don't have the silvers yet, Chrono?
No.
Yeah,
no,
Chrono doesn't have the silvers.
9. Okay, so they went to 9, found probably the book, I'm guessing?
No, the heart container.
No, they found the heart container.
Oh,
They're
okay.
going to find the book in here and then realize,
oh no.
But to be fair to Chrono, it made some sense in the moment, because at that point where he found the first item, he found the location of Ganon, and he knew where Zelda was, so he kind of didn't need any other information. At that point, it's a math problem of, okay,
yeah, that's true.
It's 1 item out of whatever it was. I think for him it would have been 6. So it made sense for him to leave, but now, because silvers weren't in 4, Yeah, and they weren't in 8. You're kind of left doing this. It's 50-50 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
clear.
no, one real quick question. Well, there's the news about the book. That's a feels bad. But
Oh.
when you what was I just gonna ask you? When you got the no, I'm sorry. I think I was gonna ask you when you got the first item, did you consider leaving out of 9? But yeah, at that point, I think the math was different for you, wasn't it? Or no, I remember what I was gonna ask you. When you beat Ganon, did you know where the girl was, or was that kind of a lucky stare that took you to her?
It was a lucky stare, but lucky but not lucky if you think about it, because I only had I think 12 rooms left in 9, and I'm like, I'm either going to what was on my tracker number 5, because it was the northeast was going to open that up, or when I saw Ganon and saw that horizontal 3-bar room, like, that's probably the 6th transport, because we found the other 5. Everything was blocked. I wasted so many bombs in there trying to find a passage.
Yeah, it looks like we just got a forfeit from Chrono.
Yeah, we did. He hit the DNF button in the race room. Get your GGs in chat for Chrono, because he made a game of this. My gosh, this was so close throughout. You guys were bouncing back and forth. Mocco, you had a decent lead for a little while, but Chrono was on your heels the whole time. And boy, just 7 being 7 tonight what seemed to be the difference. Yeah, Chrono's in the setup room. We should be able to get him up here in a minute. Boy, you guys put on a heck of a show for us, I have to say. Those last 45 minutes, we were sweating things. As we're joined in the booth by ChronoJJ tonight. Chrono, GG's, you played really well, but just, yeah, the game had jokes tonight and put silvers in a stare in 7.
GG's Chrono, and also GG's Mocco. I don't think I said that.
Yeah, I was keeping track. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you, Chrono, and GG's Chrono.
Yeah, good game.
Oh, well, so Chrono, you took a calculated gamble that made sense given the information that you had in 9. You and Mocco were in 9 about the same time. You saw that first item and you bailed, and mathematically it was the right call, but just the game decided it was going to play some jokes and put the silvers deep in 7 in a dungeon that you only saw 3 rooms in.
Yeah, that was always in the back of my mind when I did 3 rooms and then left, but that's a lot of rooms that might not come up with anything, so I passed till the end.
Yeah, and Mocco, you did the same thing. You went to 8 before, and you battled it out in that blue wizrobe room of doom to find out that's hard container. It was the right call, Chrono. But yeah, Mocco last location silvers too. Saw both items in 9, and then had to jump out and went to 8 before going to 7. But yeah, talk us through kind of just the overall arc of the seed. You played really well throughout. This was a nip and tuck race a lot of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad once. The ladder kind of slowed things up a bit. I was running into dead ends because I didn't have the ladder, but then once the ladder and the wand and the red ring came along, it wasn't really hard. It was just finding where the things were, which took
Well, as it turned out,
end.
so and you don't know this. Adam called this out when it happened, but you actually, because you didn't have Mocco had the ladder before going to 2. You didn't have the ladder when you went into 2, but ironically enough, it saved you a little time because it meant that you didn't see a lot of those rooms up north, and both items were kind of in the middle of the A. So you end up seeing fewer rooms than Mocco did, which was interesting. But yeah, man, that just kind of goes to the point that you guys were so close throughout the entire race. It was really fun for us to watch.
That
Yeah,
is
well, it
almost
wasn't bad.
full clear. Yeah, I'm looking now. I full cleared 8, 4, 1, and all but 1 room in 2 and 5. And then 3 was like I left 3 rooms behind. 6 I left like 3 rooms, and 7 I left the first E column. Otherwise, I was in every room. They had 2 overworld spots left. 1 for Raft and the one coast spot next to 6.
Yeah, well, we were speculating before because neither of you found you both kind of last location 9 almost, and it was it wasn't nice to put 9 all the way up on Western DM, but we were secretly wondering, it was like, oh, are they going to put put 9 at the main raft spot, and just that would have been so dirty, but. Yeah, both of you. This was a last location silvers kind of seed, and you, man, this was fun to watch.
Yeah, this was one of those seeds where if you just dug 7, you would have had a much better time. But honestly, what runner is going to dig 7 over all the other dungeons?
Yeah, that's true. I can think of maybe 2 runners who would do that, but they would almost do it as a meme. But I don't think they're doing it in a race. Man. Well, this was welcome to the tournament. You get a seed like this where you have to last location silvers and full clear everything. Yeah, guys, talk us through kind of what you're feeling so far. And week 2 seed has to be kinder, right?
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. It can't waste any more time in any other seed than this one, because I mean it was almost a full clear of the overworld, and then would have been a full clear of the levels. So it's just gonna be better from here.
Yeah, the other thing that threw me is I didn't know what dungeon I was in at first. I went into 5 and I thought I was in first quest. Then I got to 7 thinking I'm second quest. No, that's first, because I'm up a row. I was lost there early. Just probably call it tournament nerves. But
it could be. This happened in my race on Monday, actually, where we went into level 8, and it spit us out kind of on that far right column in the middle somewhere. So you would think that, oh god, it's 2Q8. No, it was a really, really god awful shapes 8. That was shaped like a giant reverse C, and it just spit you out there. So yeah, no, don't feel bad about that, because we've seen several seeds this week alone where you think you're in one thing and then you get the map and you're like, oh wait, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I mean, I've known this game since 1987, and I still get confused where I'm at.
Yeah, it's got so many. I mean, the randomizer is so fun for that reason, but yeah, in a tournament setting, just the twists and turns. Yeah, boy. Well, but you guys put on a great show tonight. I know I keep saying that, but this was a really fun race to call.
Yeah, it was fun. It wasn't that bad. It was sometimes a little frustrating, like some seeds are, but yeah, this wasn't bad. It was just a little slow. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Well, any final thoughts from you guys before we let you go and get some rest and rest up for week 2?
No, just thanks to you guys for casting, and whoever the tracker was. I don't know who that was. So
it was Magic Friends tonight.
Oh, well, thanks to Magic Friends. Appreciate you guys putting in the time and effort, and we'll have fun next week.
Yeah, dittos. Thank you, BBQ, JX, and Magic Friends, and Chat, and SpeedGaming 5, everybody that helped put this on. It's tournament season. It's a fun time of year, and hoping for a better seed next week. And I wish you, Chrono, all the best in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, you too as well. I'll see you in the finals.
There you go.
Hey, that's it. Hey, if you guys rematch at any point in the tournament, I want to call it, because this was a ton of fun. So thanks to you both for putting on a really good show tonight.
Oh yeah, take care, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yep. Later.
Oh man, Adam, I need to go lay down after this one. I don't know how you're feeling. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, this was one heck of a seed. It was some good back and forth, and it just goes to show that it's not over until you walk in and rescue the kidnapped.
Yeah, man, I thought my seed that I had on Monday was kind of annoying, but boy, am I glad I didn't run this one. This one was just putting the silvers there was so mean, but to their credit, Chrono and Mocco played great, and this was a ton of fun. And we've not worked together before, and it's fun to work with you on this one. So thanks to you for help jumping in here and volunteering to help out with comms.
Of course, and it was great working with you too, BBQ. I just hope I don't have any more tech issues.
Oh no! Oh, trust me. I had an issue. I called a race earlier this week, and I hadn't turned alerts off in Discord, and so it's like half the time I was talking, you would hear the little chirp in the background because someone posted a message in some other forum, and yeah, I felt like a dingus. So I remembered to turn those off tonight, but. Tech issues happen voluntarily or involuntarily all the time when we're doing these and using Discord and using at-home equipment. So don't worry about that. This was fun. Thanks as well to Magic Friends, our tracker, making us look smart. Trackers are our real MVPs. We really appreciate them. And for Trenton and everybody behind the scenes, Smile Fires and everybody, making sure that we can put on a good show like this for you. Adam, any final thoughts before we wrap things up for the evening?
No, I think you've hit all the high points. Again, please, everyone, follow these runners. They put on an excellent show for us tonight. Follow our tracker, Magic Friends. Without tracking, we don't get restreamed. And follow my co-com, BBQ. He streams this game and does an excellent job at it. Don't let him tell you otherwise.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It's a fun game to play. And yeah, for folks who haven't played with the randomizer before, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Even if you don't do any tournament racing, just the randomizer itself, reinvigorates an old Nintendo game from the '80s and makes it a lot of fun. So, great working with you tonight, Adam, and looking forward to doing that again as we get through the tournament. On behalf of everybody, thanks to all of you for watching this. These two races tonight were really, really good, and if you're hungry for more races, I think there are some going on right now. But originally there were going to be only 4 races on Friday night. I think that's doubled now, so it's either 7 or 8 races tomorrow night, and a ton this weekend. So watch the SpeedGaming family of networks. Their schedules posted somewhere on SpeedGaming. I'm not sure where. That'll tell you what matches are scheduled for what times on what channels. So keep your eyes out for those. We'd love to have you for those races as we get through this week and all the rest of the weeks of the tournament. So everybody have a good evening. We will see you for more Z1R action next time.
Have a great day, SpeedGaming 5, and we will see you next time for more Zelda 1 Randomizer.